Welcome or welcome back to the Awkward Chronicles. My name is Larissa and today we are going over 2024 releases that I am most excited for. It is time. It is 2024, as we know. We're a few weeks in now. There are so many books that are coming out this year, and I have 11 that I am most excited to have in my possession, read at some point. Ugh, I don't know what is going on with. I'm still getting used to my shorter hair again, and having it down is like I never do. So I'm sorry if I touch it a lot because I don't know what to do with it. Well, we have 11 books to get into. I'm going in release date order, as far as I'm aware, and what is posted. First book up is The Fury by Alex Michaelides, and this comes out on January 16th. Alex Michaelides is the author of The Silent Patient and The Maidens. I loved The Silent Patient. The Silent Patient is definitely one of my favorite thrillers. I don't read a lot of thrillers, so I'm easy to please, but I know it was very hit or miss for people. And it was a hit for me, and I absolutely love it. And The Maidens was kind of like a meh. It didn't feel as like thoroughly fleshed out as The Silent Patient did, but still enjoyable. Alex Michaelides puts a lot of Greek mythology woven into his stories and a lot of connections that way, and I really enjoy that. I haven't read the synopsis. I literally just copy and pasted it, so I don't know what this is about. So let's find out together. I have it on my handy dandy iPad. The synopsis reads, "This is a tale of murder." Or maybe that's not quite true. At its heart, it's a love story, isn't it? Lana Farrar is a reclusive ex-movie star and one of the most famous women in the world. Every year, she invites her closest friends to escape the English weather and spend Easter on her idyllic private Greek island. Oh, we're getting the Greek. I tell you this because you may think you know the story. You probably read about it at the time. It caused a real stir in the tabloids, if you remember. It had all the necessary ingredients for a press, a celebrity, a private island cut off by the wind, and a murder. Okay, so it's giving Agatha Christie vibe. We found ourselves trapped there overnight. Our old friendships concealed hatred and a desire for revenge. What followed was a game of cat and mouse, a battle of wits full of twists and turns, building to an unforgettable climax. The night ended in violence and death as one of us was found murdered. But who am I? My name is Elliot Chase, and I'm going to tell you a story unlike you've ever heard it. So it's giving, and then there were none. He said that it's different, so we shall see. I'll be the judge of that. The next book up, which should be no surprise to you since I've already talked about it enough, and that is The House of Flame and Shadow, Crescent City 3 by Sarah J. Maas. This is part of a series, and I will not talk about it because I don't want it spoiled for anybody at all, ever. This whole series. I went into the whole series very blind to what it was even about, except that it was fantasy. And that's that. So if you want to check out the first book, which is House of Earth and Blood, and then the second book, which is House of Sky and Breath, I have spoiler-free reading blogs for both of those. But yeah. And the House of Flame and Shadow comes out on January 30th, so at the end of this month. And I've already pre-ordered it. I'm so excited. Next up, by Ellie Hazelwood, Bride comes out on February 6th. Ellie Hazelwood is really great at writing fan fiction, and I love it. And I love her books because they're just a silly, goofy, good time. They're not super serious. There's like serious elements to them, but for the most part they're cheesy. They're just like lovely. And I'm excited to see what she does with this little twist to it. Misery Lark, the only daughter of the most powerful vampire councilman of the Southwest, is an outcast again. Her days of living in anonymity among the humans are over. She has been called upon to uphold a historic peacekeeping alliance between the vampires and their mortal enemies, the Wares. And she sees little choice but to surrender herself in the exchange. Again. Wares are ruthless and unpredictable, and their alpha, Lo Morland, is no exception. He rules his pack with absolute authority, but not without justice, and unlike the Vampire Council, not without feeling. It's clear from the way he tracks Misery's every movement that he doesn't trust her. If only he knew how right he was. Because Misery has her own reasons to agree to this marriage of convenience, reasons that have nothing to do with politics or alliances, and everything to do with the only thing she's ever cared about. And she is willing to do whatever it takes to get back what's hers, even if it means a life alone in Were territory, alone with the wolf. Marriage of convenience, you say? Oh, Allie Hazel, you know how to reel me in. Oh my gosh, you guys, I totally forgot about this next book that I forgot was on, no, I didn't forget. I just forgot to include it, and that is Magnolia Parks Into the Dark. And that is the 5th book in the Magnolia Parks universe. I'm not going to say anything about it because I don't want to give anything away, but this is the last point of view from BJ and Magnolia, and I will cry so hard. February 13th. So I will be doing that for Valentine's Day. Next up is Finley Donovan Rolls the Dice by El Casamano. I believe this is the 4th book, and then there's like a novella. So I won't get into it, but it's a cozy mystery series. Finley Donovan is an author. She writes cozy mysteries, but then somebody mistakenly took her as a hit woman when she was talking with her editor about how to kill off one of her characters. And then she just finds herself in like the goofiest situations. That's happened for 3 books, and now we're on to book 4. I have been listening to the audiobooks for these, and chef's kiss. I love each and every one of them. I think they're so fun. Her friendship with her accountant slash nanny is just so fun. Yeah. Also, her ex-husband is, he's the worst, but she has a couple men in her pocket that are very cute. Let's just say there's a hot lawyer and a hot cop. And she just gets into all the shenanigans. Did I say that comes out on March 5th? Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. The release date for this is April 2nd, 2024. And I love Abby Jimenez as an author. She wrote Part of Your World and Yours Truly, as well as, is it The Friend Zone? I can't remember. And then the Happy Ever After playlist. And a bunch of other books. They're very lovely and fun. Justin has a curse, and thanks to Reddit thread, it's now all over the internet. Every woman he dates goes on to find their soulmate the second they break up. When a woman slides into his DMs with the same problem, they've come up with a plan. They'll date each other and break up. Their curses will cancel each other's out, and they'll both go on to find the love of their lives. It's a bonkers idea, and it just might work. Oh, this is exciting. Emma hadn't planned that her next assignment as a traveling nurse would be in Minnesota. I love that she places all of her books in Minnesota. Makes me so happy. But she and her best friend agree that dating Justin is too good of an opportunity to pass up, especially when they get to rent an adorable cottage on a private island on Lake Minnetonka. Okay, Lake Minnetonka, bougie. Like a bunch of cake eaters, and I would love to eat some of that cake. One of the Christmas parties that I went to was over that way, and I drove up in my car and I opened my door and I'm like, I am too poor to be here. Very, very nice neighborhood. It's supposed to be a quick fling just for the summer, but when Emma's toxic mother shows up and Justin has to assume guardianship of his 3 siblings, they're suddenly navigating a lot more than they expected, including catching real feelings for each other. What if this time fate has actually brought the perfect pair together? Oh, that's so cute. Giving Good Luck Chuck vibes. That was such a funny movie, and I really like that concept. I'm excited to read it in a book, and it just sounds so wholesome, so cute, and has a lot of depth of other familial circumstances. Anything Emily Henry puts out, I immediately pre-order it because it's Emily Henry. She is my favorite author. I love her so much. Looking at her books here makes me so happy. Yes, I am sad that they're not all the same size, but also, girl, get your coin because she has a hardcover. And that's what Funny Story is also going to be. So good for her, but yes, I would love the aesthetics of them all being. But I am too impatient to wait for the paperback to release. Funny Story. It comes out April 23rd. Daphne always loved the way her fiance Peter told their story. How they met on a blustery day, fell in love over an errant hat, and moved back to his lakeside hometown to begin their life together. He really was good at telling it, right up until the moment he realized he was actually in love with his childhood best friend Petra. Which is how Daphne begins her new story. Stranded in beautiful Waning Bay, Michigan, without friends or family, but with a dream job as a children's librarian that barely pays the bills, and proposing to be roommates with the only person who could possibly understand her predicament, Petra's ex, Miles Nowak. Oh, wow. Okay. Scruffy and chaotic, with a penchant for taking solace in the sounds of heartbreak love ballads, Miles is exactly the opposite of practical, buttoned-up Daphne, whose co-workers know so little about her they have a running bet that she's either FBI or in witness protection. The roommates mainly avoid one another until one day, while drowning their sorrows, they form a tenuous friendship, and a plan. If said plan also involves posting deliberately misleading photos of their summer adventures together, well, who could blame them? But it's all just for show, of course, because there's no way Daphne would actually start her new chapter by falling in love with her ex-fiance's new fiance's ex, right? This is going to be there's going to be a lot of tension. They're living together. They're roommates. And they were roommates. Oh, like a little fake dating, a little living together. Oh, Emily Henry, you know how to make my heart pitter-patter. I'm so happy. Next up is Leather and Lark by Brynn Weaver, and this comes out June 4th. I didn't want to read anything about it because Butcher and Blackbird is also by her, and they have similar covers, so I think they're a series. I think they might be independent standalones, but don't hold me to that. I know they do interconnected standalones. Independent standalones, that's just a standalone. Interconnected standalone. So I didn't want to know anything before I have read Butcher and Blackbird. If you wanna take the risk and take a look and see what it's about, go for it. Oh my gosh, okay. Daydream by Hannah Grace comes out June 4th as well. And this book is the third in the Maple Hills series. And that is a hockey romance, sort of. A college hockey romance. They're hockey players, but a wildfire took place at a summer camp. So not really any hockey. Whereas Icebreaker, the first in the series, took place at college with hockey and figure skate. Anyway, these are also interconnected standalones as well. And Daydream is Henry's story. And Henry, we all love Henry. Henry is the cutest little, I just love him. He's so suave, but he's so cute. And I'm so freaking excited for his book, finally. I'm so giddy. When procrastination lands him in a difficult class with his least favorite professor, Henry Turner knows he's going to have to work extra hard to survive his junior year of college. And now with his new role as a ice hockey captain, which he didn't even want, Henry absolutely cannot fail. Enter Hallie Jacobs, a fellow junior who finds herself befriended by Henry when he accidentally crashes her book club. Henry, cutie patootie. Hallie may not have the romantic pursuits of her favorite fictional leads, but she's an academic superstar, and when she hears about Henry's problems with his class reading material, she offers to help. But being a private tutor isn't exactly ideal given her own studies, job, and the novel she's trying to write. New experiences are the key to beating her writer's block, though, and Henry's promising to be the one to give them to her. They just need to stick to their rule book, and not fall in love. I think they're gonna fall in love. Oh my gosh, I love the Maple Hill series. It is exactly what I want in a college hockey romance. It checks every box for me, and I'm so excited we finally get Henry's book. He has such a golden retriever vibes. Allie Hazelwood coming out with another book, this girly, on June 11th. It's a potentially, I know it said potential release date. This, I believe, is another Women in STEM book. I'll wait for that really loud card to pass. Rue Siebert might not have it all, but she has enough. A few friends she can always count on, the financial stability she yearned for as a kid, and a successful career as a biotech engineer at Klein, one of the most promising startups in the field of food science. Her world is stable, pleasant, and hard-fought until a hostile takeover and its offensively attractive frontman threatens to bring it all crumbling down. Eli has his own reasons for pushing this deal through, and he's a man who gets what he wants. With one burning exception, Rue, the woman he can't stop thinking about, the woman who's off limits to him. Torn between loyalty and undeniable attraction, Rue and Eli throw caution out the lab and the boardroom windows. Their affair is secret, no strings attached, and it has a built-in deadline. The day one of their companies will prevail. But the heart is risky business, one that plays for keeps. I think they're also gonna fall in love. Is it You've Got Mail? Like with the bookstores and everything? I know it's not a bookstore, but like I love those kind of setups where he comes in, like even the Hallmark movies where they come in to take down the small town or the small business and then they fall in love. Next release is Wisteria by Adeline Grace, and that comes out August 20th. This is the third book in the Belladonna series, so if you want to check that out, feel free. It's like a fantasy romance historical fiction. Death is just like, I love Death. He's like the Reaper. I'm obsessed with him. I would say it leans more of like the higher end of YA, so like more 17, 18-year-olds, but it's good. I've been listening to them. I love the covers. They're so beautiful. And it's got murder mystery elements to it. I definitely recommend the audiobook. Yeah, we have Belladonna, Foxglove, and now Wisteria. These two, they don't have release dates, so I don't think they're coming out next year, but fingers crossed that they do. We'll start with the Empyrean series, Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. I really want the third book to come out as soon as possible, and I didn't see anything online about a release date yet. And then the last book that I'm most looking forward to, and it is part of the Vancouver Storm series, which are interconnected standalones. So you don't really need to read all of them, but you should, because they're amazing and I love them. And the first one is Behind the Net, the second one is The Fake Out, and the third one, I don't know yet. I am fingers crossed hoping that Stephanie Archer puts out the third one sometime this year. I love this series so much. It is an adult professional hockey romance and it is very spicy. It is everything that, again, Maple Hills is like perfect college hockey romance, whereas Vancouver Storms, perfect professional hockey adult romance. And the third book is going to be about the golden retriever of the team. I'm so freaking excited. I love him. And I love that the golden retrievers are having their year of my hockey romances. Oh gosh, I really hope that she comes out with him, but there's no announcement as of yet, just that it's his story that's next. But I do plan on checking out her other series as well. As of right now, those are the 11 books that I am most looking forward to reading this year of 2024. There will be obviously more that come out and that I get excited about, but these are the ones that these authors I know and have enjoyed. Can't wait to see what they put out and devour every morsel and crumb. And I will most likely do a reading vlog, spoiler free obviously, unless otherwise stated, for each and every one of these as they come out. So look forward to that. We have an exciting year. And let me know what you guys are looking forward to, if you're planning on reading any of these on this list, or if there's other anticipated books that you are looking forward to coming out this year. Oh, it's so crazy. We're already in the year. Leave that in the comments below. And feel free to subscribe so you don't miss the future reading vlogs for these books, as well as like this video. And respect others, respect yourself, and do something amazing with your day. Thanks, bye!